Hello and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online, the beta event, which we'll be discussing a little, along with some gameplay going on. In this instance, I'm playing some magic dude, and I am fighting mud crabs, because that's how you'll start off. This is kind of a starter area for this particular event, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you will be coming in to this particular location whenever you start building out your character into the world where everybody else is. There we can see some skills going on, some choosing of stuff, Stone Fist, which temporarily knocks down your opponent and stuns them. Pretty handy skill. So you can, if you choose, pick on some minor enemies, but the main thing you'll want to do is these quests here. Such as this guy who's kind of puzzled. We'll let him talk.
I can't do anything right. Mother sent me here to kill some big monster, but I don't think I can do it.
He is very cowardly. You'll also be able to pick up some items for crafting later on.
Can you get the sword for me? I'll prepare the stinking flesh
This
needed to lure out
dude
the
is
beast.
going to be absolutely useless. But we'll enjoy fighting crabs on the beach while we wait for this guy.
Please stay close.
So he's going to lead you to the big bad monster he was talking about.
Careful now.
And we'll be in
Those
charge of
mud
fighting
crabs
him.
are tough.
Because even though he's a big ass orc, not so much big ass orc in his heart. There he's more of a small little elf.
No.
But we'll give you an
Let's
idea
see if
of
this works.
how to progress with
Sure
quests.
stinks.
This particular
Is
area
it
is
working?
very
There it is. Good luck.
empty. Normally there are a lot more players. We might see some later on who kind of like do their thing while you're doing your thing. Boss, not so much of a boss. It's more of a miniature bossy type thing. That's his sword he needed. And here I kind of wanted to test out, because the build I normally wanted to do was a brawler, so one with unarmed combat, just using my fists. I later on found out that is not possible after punching a whole bunch of stuff, which is kind of restrictive. You can't really do whatever you'd like to do, and it was my impression that you could. That's kind of a minor element to it, because in the previous one in Skyrim, I played a unarmed mage, and that worked really, really well for me. So I kind of wanted to do that again. Also because it's super fun to punch things. As here I'm trying to figure out if I can do the same thing, so punch, but with stealth involved. You can see that little eye there on the middle of the screen. I'm trying to make sure that the crab doesn't see me. And here's a wind up. So you can put in different skills, different power to your skills, to your hits, etc. We'll also do that with this wolf. A little bit more tricky, but if you wind it up correctly, bam, one hit kill. And since that's so much fun, like I said, I just really enjoy punching stuff. I keep doing that for a bit. These shards, very important. You'll have to scope them out, because if you get enough, you will absorb another skill point. There are several things that you can collect throughout the world, as well as these runes. You'll also use these for crafting. Here we're at one of the first dungeon quest things, where you see a few other players. Luckily, because we're going to walk up to this guy, and I need the treasure that he has behind him, but his level is more advanced than mine, so we're going to run into a bit of trouble trying to kill him. We're going to think he's just on the regular mob thing, but nope, he is pretty strong there. If you see his health bar on top, he's not taking any of our crap, and in turn dishing out huge pain. So I try to run away and collect the thing, but apparently that's not possible. So I nearly die. I'm pretty sure I need to take like pretty much everything I have just to stay alive. Even blocking gets me all battered up, so I'm just cowardly running away. That is not my finest moment, but I'm not going to cut away from it, so you can see just how cowardly I am. Luckily, that stone fist skill we talked about is very handy in this moment, where I can, like I said, it knocks him down and then stuns him for just a brief second. Just enough for me to like cowardly run away. In the meantime, he's regained all his health, so anything I've done so far, absolutely useless. We're going to actually need to wait for another player to come in and rescue us, which is the good part of the MMO style. You can't have people working on the same thing at once, and there I kind of help him out. That's kind of all I can do, because if I get too close, it means instant death for me. This guy, a little more powerful. Boom! We finally do get him, but since we are both on the same thing, it kind of like glitches out a little. Doesn't really want to give me my stuff right away. Maybe there's a cooldown or something, I don't know, but that does note that there are still a few bugs in this beta version of the Elder Scrolls Online. One of the other things that you'll be able to do, and one of the favorite things I was doing during the beta instead of slaying things, is fishing. Like so, it's very meditative. It's just quietly taking your time, waiting for a bite. And then once it swoops down, zip, oh, you get used bait, because I didn't get the fish. But it's something you can easily collect, and something you can kind of pass your time if you're just needing to take a break from all the adventuring you're doing. I really like it because it reminded me of Dark Chronicle, where you can also fish, one of my favorite games on PlayStation 2. That aside, you see there's different types of bait and different types of fish that you'll be able to catch from that, which in turn, with also other materials such as these mushrooms here, you'll be able to craft into different types of things, either recipes for cooking. I believe the mushrooms, etc., are also good for potions and such. We also take a look at some different environments. For instance, these nasty looking scaraby things will like kind of spew out venomous crap, or just littered around this desert area. You can find other idyllic environments just close by. Usually it's not like one brownish thing at once. There's many different things in the world, and that's kind of nice. Here we see a whole stack of books. We enter a library to kind of give you much more additional lore, as is customary in the Elder Scrolls. I think many of us with the disease of touching literally every item have seen a lot of these books pass in the previous iterations of the Elder Scrolls. This one will have so as well, if you enjoy that type of thing. I casually there pick and choose the kind of stories that kind of appeal to me and read through those. It's a very nice way to give you like the basic element of what the world is about, and make you choose if you want to know more about it. Here we can see how expansive the environments get, but still offer many different things. As you see there, palace in the distance, also neat quirky little items everywhere, such as this bottle with a message in it. There are a lot of different elements that they've thought of in the Elder Scrolls Online, and it's something that really appeals to me, where there's always something new to discover. One more of these ruins here. They're just littered everywhere. Like I said, there's an impulse you can get to wherever you like, and once we get over this hill here, we'll drop into a new territory once more, one that is perilous inside of it even. As you see, we are in a city environment, but it is still overrun with enemies that we'll have to overcome. This dude is holding a special attack, which gets countered once he gets knocked down a bit. This is not the way you should get into that environment, but you know when you can get into something just by jumping and locking your way onto a building, etc. You're going to choose that and not the long way around, even though that might require more effort. Then we'll move into some quests here.
What brings you to this trash pit? My ship may be a pile of driftwood, but my crew's alive and Captain Helene has them. I won't leave without them.
So
Don't know
that
who
means
you
you will
are,
be
but
in
you better
charge
run
of
if you don't
rescuing
want the
that
sea drakes to
team she
gut
was
you.
talking about. Such
Another
as
of
this
Helene's tricks.
mouthy orc.
Let me go, then chase me down and beat me within an inch of my life. Word of advice. Don't let them capture you. If you
That
can't
is
get
great
away,
advice.
die
One other
fighting.
thing that you can employ during quests is these disguises here. They will make sure that you don't get attacked by those hostile people we've seen roaming around in the city environment. But that's only some, of course. Again, these shards, very important that you pick those up. Because I do believe, yes indeed, we do get a extra skill point from finding enough of those. Here, once upon completing the quest of this is the person who's been kidnapping the team, you will get a choice which kind of gives you the moral element of the Elder Scrolls, where you can choose whatever direction you want to go. If you want to be the noble adventurer, or you kind of want to be like the jabby little bastard. In this case, I usually opt for the good guy because I like playing the good guy. It's been ingrained in my mind ever since the 80s, so it's kind of hard to get off from. Here, as we level up, you can once again see that you have different choices: magic, health, and stamina, which are pretty straightforward in what they advance. As I'm playing with a mage character, naturally I want more magic. Again, skills, there are different tiers depending on how much you operate them. Here, another one of those neat auxiliary elements, which is this chest, which gives you a very elaborate path to follow. You're probably going to look some of that up on a walkthrough once it gets there, because the steps you have to take are quite extensive. One of the dwarven dungeons that we recognize from Skyrim much earlier on in the game this time, although again this is not a starter area for everyone, but it changes the pace immediately. We can also see again that there are many traps in dungeon. They're very neatly crafted. They try and switch it up so it's not just a pit with Draugr, you go in, you slay them, come back, etc, etc. They try and make everything as individual as possible, I suppose. It's not possible to have a different theme for everything, but they try and build it up nicely. Like this is just one giant line of traps. Eventually we get to our goal after killing much more of these mechanism things. There we go.
Ah, there you are. I was just coming to help you. The schematics
Of
are
course.
mine at last.
This is a scientist, he's not gonna help
Splendid.
us. But he doesn't really need to. We can fend for ourselves. Here you see that there's still glitching when it comes to like things triggering, etc. This dude is knocked down by that thing we shoved in his face. It's not really how it's supposed to happen, but I'm sure they'll even that out to the best of their abilities. Once we've completed all the quests, we go back to the ship of that first environment we got into, and then we move on to other lands.
Jakarn, of course. Why else would I be along? I'm looking forward to working alongside him, sweating shirtless in the hot sun.
That's a very
wouldn't
subtle
understand.
gay joke.